Hello and welcome back to another cubing video. So today we have my top 5 favorite non-WCA puzzles in my collection, so let's get right into it. Alright, so first we have the Pyraminx Duo. Now this is a classic non-WCA puzzle. I'm pretty sure it was invented by Uwe Meffert, or at least the Meffert's brand. The cool thing about this puzzle is that no matter how you mix it up, it can always be solved in 4 moves. So your job is to find the optimal solution. For example, this one right here, you can see that the yellow goes right there and then in, so that's 1, 2, 3 moves. So it's 3 moves from being away from solved, and so you go 1, 2, and 3, and then it's solved. So that's one of my main reasons that it is my top 5 favorite non-WCA cube, and it's also really easy, but the turning is not the best. However, a new Shengshou Pyraminx Duo just came out, and I do think that fixes a little bit of the hardware issues. And you can check that out at speedcubeshop.com and use the discount code DAILY to save money on your orders. So now on to number 4. Now this is the Kilominx or 2x2 Megaminx or the Kilominx. Shout out to DG Cubes. Now this thing is really easy. I have 2 of them here. It shows how much I really like it. It is number 4, but that is because a lot of my non-WCA cubes are quite competitive for the top 5 positions. So, but yeah, so these cubes are really easy, and especially if you know how to solve a Megaminx, these are very easy. But even if you don't know how to solve a Megaminx, these are very intuitive, and it's kind of just building it up from the bottom to the top layer, and then the top layer has a very unique way of solving it. But one interesting thing to note about these is that when the Shengshou Pyraminx first came out, people actually liked it so much that they wanted it to be a WCA event. And the WCA actually responded to the community and said that they wanted to wait a little bit and see if the hype continued going on for longer before adding it into the WCA. Now, of course, it's not added into the WCA right now, which means that the hype kind of died down for it. But that is a fun fact about this puzzle, and it can be solved pretty quickly, and it's a really nice, fun 12-sided cube that's non-WCA. Now on to my 3rd favorite non-WCA cube out of the top 5. Now, this is just a classic non-WCA puzzle, and it is the mirror blocks. One pro about the mirror blocks is that a lot of cube manufacturers provide it. So there is a lot to choose from when you are looking for a mirror blocks. So there's a lot of hardware out there. This one right here, I think, is the best mirror blocks out there by far, and it is the Cubing Classroom mirror blocks. Now it is pretty hard to find, and I don't know if you can find them, but there are some pretty good options on speedcubeshop.com. Anyway, this is a classic non-WCA puzzle, and one really cool thing about it is that it shapeshifts, and it's a 3x3 as well. So if you know how to solve a 3x3, you basically know how to solve this cube as well. Now on to my 2nd favorite non-WCA cube, and that is a cuboid, actually. You can't really have a top 5 favorite non-WCA cubes without a cuboid in the mix, at least in my opinion. And this is a 3x3x2 from Qiyi. Now, this is a great 3x3x2, and it definitely has a kind of unique solving experience compared to a 3x3, even though it is very much like a 3x3, except that you can't do R moves and then U moves just like that, of course. But the Qiyi 3x3x2, this one in particular, can actually do M moves and then moves as well after that. So you can actually do a U-turn just like that, and that's one of the reasons why this is my 2nd favorite cubes in my collection. And one of the things that I like most about it is the fact that you can actually speed solve it. So I've gotten down to about sub 10 seconds, and you can learn algorithms to solve it more optimally, and it's a really fun cuboid to speed solve as well. So I definitely recommend checking this thing out. And before we get into number 1, I have an honorable mention, and that is the Dayan Octahedron. Now this cube is just fun, and I do enjoy it just because it's kind of a Pyraminx. It's a Megaminx Pyraminx, so it's a Pyraminx, but it has multiple sides that you have to solve after just the first side. And it's a little bit harder, of course, or more repetitive than the normal Pyraminx, but it is still fun at the same time. One problem I have with it is it doesn't turn the best, but it's still fun either way. And just a quick honorable mention before we get into puzzle number 1. And getting into puzzle number 1, non-WCA puzzle number 1, of course it has to be the Yuxin 8 Petals Redi cube. Now, the Moyu Redi cube is probably my favorite non-WCA cube of all time. However, the Moyu didn't turn the best. And so since Yuxin came out with the Yuxin 8 Petals cube, this one is very similar, but it turns a lot better and it's smaller as well. And so this is a lot better for speed solving, and that is why this is one of my favorite cubes in my whole collection. It's a very original design, and it's also very intuitive, it's kind of like this cube where you only need one algorithm to solve the whole thing, which is basically just sledgehammers, of course. And then it's also extremely fun as well. And I really, really do enjoy this cube, and definitely I would recommend to all cubers to pick up this cube, the Yuxin 8 Petals, because it's one of my favorite cubes out of my whole collection, and it's always fun to just solve on it. So yeah, that is my top 5 favorite non-WCA puzzles in my collection. Definitely check out all of these puzzles at speedcubeshop.com, and don't forget to use the discount code DAILY to save money on all your cubing orders at speedcubeshop.com. So yeah, that's my video on my top 5 non-WCA cubes in 2020 in my collection. And so yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see you in the next video.